I seen it. Better be ready, fam. I don't want to lose. I hate losing. I know Tank hate losing. Lamont damn sure don't want to lose, so it's gonna make for a good fight, man.
As Tank Davis gears up for his March 1st showdown against Lamont Roach, his training camp is all about intensity and focus. His coach, Calvin Ford, knows one thing for sure: Tank hates losing. That mindset fuels him through grueling sparring sessions, relentless conditioning, and strategic film study. Every day in camp, he sharpens his power, speed, and ring IQ, never cutting corners. Ford sees the fire in his eyes, the hunger to dominate. With fight night approaching, Tank is fully locked in, ready to prove once again why he's one of the most electrifying fighters in the sport.
Don't mind. Run it off. My cat. Yeah. Oh.
Tank Davis's pad work is a masterclass in speed, power, and precision. Every session is high intensity, filled with non-stop movement and explosive combinations. The sound of his punches cracking against the mitts echoes through the gym as he throws rapid-fire hooks, uppercuts, and counters with pinpoint accuracy. His footwork is just as sharp, cutting angles, staying balanced, and keeping himself in the perfect position to strike. Pad work isn't just about offense, it sharpens his defense too. He slips punches, rolls under shots, and reacts instantly to any opening. The pace never slows, pushing his conditioning to the max. Even when fatigue sets in, he keeps firing, refusing to let up. Every combination is drilled until it's second nature, ensuring his razor sharp on fight night. These sessions simulate real fight scenarios, making sure he's prepared for anything inside the ring. Whether counterpunching, attacking from angles, or setting traps, everything is practiced with a purpose. As March 1st approaches, pad work remains a crucial part of his preparation, fine-tuning his explosiveness, building fight-ready stamina, and locking in his game plan. Every session is a reminder he hates losing, and he's training like it.
For me. Deep breath in, out all the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good.
Tank Davis is pushing his body to the limit in training camp for his fight against Lamont Roach Jr. After intense workouts and hard-hitting pad sessions, he took a moment to get his back adjusted by a physiotherapist at the gym. The adjustment helps relieve tension and keep his body in peak condition. With non-stop sparring, strength training, and explosive drills, recovery is just as important as the work itself. This session is proof of how hard he's preparing. Every detail matters as he sharpens his power, speed, and endurance for fight night.
All right, take me back for me. Deep breath in, out all the way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good.
Tank Davis has revealed that his training schedule isn't always fixed. Sometimes he runs in the morning, other times he prefers night runs. For him, it all depends on what feels right and best suits his preparation. Unlike many fighters who stick to strict morning runs, Tank listens to his body and adjusts accordingly. "I don't always run in the morning, sometimes I run at night," he shared, explaining that his training isn't locked into one specific routine. Some days, early morning work makes sense, while other times he feels stronger running in the evening. His training doesn't stop at just running either. He also puts in hard sessions at night, whether at the gym or at home. Due to certain limitations, he can't always go outside to train, so he makes sure to get his work done indoors when necessary. Whether it's hitting the treadmill, shadow boxing, or working on strength and conditioning, he stays disciplined no matter where he is. His dedication is evident, constantly fine-tuning his body and skills to stay sharp. As he prepares for his fight against Lamont Roach Jr., his flexible training schedule ensures he performs at his best. Morning, night, gym, or home, Tank stays locked in, always putting in the work to be ready for fight night.
Day one in the camp, I start running. Probably like, it's different times. I might don't feel like running in the morning. I might run at night. It all depends what fit you. Like, I'll run in the morning. If I don't, I'll run at night. Train probably like 2 or 3. If I want to do something again, I train at night. Or I run, and that'll be it. But when I'm in camp, I really don't go outside. Like, it's hard for me to go outside, so I just be in the gym and home. That's it. Like, I don't go no.
From day one in camp, Tank Davis is all about putting in the miles. He runs at different times depending on how he feels. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes at night. His schedule is flexible, allowing him to adjust his training based on what suits him best. Training sessions happen throughout the day, with some starting in the afternoon and others at night. Since he doesn't go out much during camp, his routine is simple: gym and home, nothing else. This level of focus shows in his training. His punching power is on full display as he smashes the pads, sending shockwaves through the gym with every combination. His intensity is unmatched, showcasing why he's one of the most dangerous punchers in the sport. With every hook and uppercut, his strength and precision stand out. His footwork is sharp, his movement calculated, and his knockout power undeniable. Every session is another step toward proving why he's a force to be reckoned with on March 1st. Tank Davis structures his training to match his natural rhythm, favoring late-night workouts over traditional early morning sessions. Recognizing that his body responds best to nighttime training, he starts his day around 11 a.m., ensuring he gets the rest needed to recover from the previous night's intense workouts. Instead of jumping straight into heavy training, he eases into his day with light exercises, stretching, mobility drills, or shadow boxing to stay active without overexertion. When night falls, the real work begins. Whether it's sparring, heavy bag work, or intense conditioning, Tank thrives under the lights. He also runs at night when he feels most in sync with his body. This customized approach ensures he maximizes performance without being restricted by traditional training norms. His discipline, adaptability, and strategic preparation reflect the mindset of a champion. Focused, calculated, and fully committed to perfecting his craft ahead of fight night.
For a very, very big moment, what is your normal day-to-day like at this time of a camp?
I'm also a night person, but I might go to sleep probably around like 3 to 4. Probably wake up probably like 11, get my run in, and then eat, probably lay back down, and then wake up probably like 6 or 7, get my night workout in.
Damn, so you're doing 2-a-days at this point, running in.
Stephen A. Smith sat down with Tank Davis's trainer, Calvin Ford, to discuss what makes him one of the best fighters in the world today. Smith recalled a defining moment in Tank's career when he faced an aggressive, relentless opponent who kept pressing forward. Despite the pressure, Tank's movement and boxing IQ stood out, proving he belonged among the sport's elite. Ford reflected on when he first knew Tank was destined for greatness. "When he told me to believe in him," Ford said. From a young age, Tank carried an unshakable belief in himself, even as they both navigated life's challenges.
Cruz. He was 25-0, and he fought that little dude, that little pit bull coming at him all the time. And I mean, the movement, the boxing skills, that to me was the moment that Gervonta Davis hit the scene, and I said, yo, this is one of the best fighters in the world. When did you know he was one of the best fighters in the world?
When he told me to believe in him. And that's still here in my head today. Not as Gervonta Davis as a grown man, as a kid. You know, we was going through our trials and tribulations and whatnot. He understand what I was going through to get him where he's trying to go at, where he's at today. He just say believe. And one of the main things that Mayor O'Malley put up throughout the Baltimore City was, had a black background, and the word was written, believe in white.
Ford remembers a powerful message that resonated throughout Baltimore, a black background with the word believe written in white. That belief, instilled early on, has driven Tank to where he is today. Now, Ford sees himself as a passenger, watching as Tank takes full control of his own destiny. We're in his car now. He's doing the driving, he says.
O'Malley put up throughout the Baltimore city had a black background, and the word was written, believe in white. And when he said that to me, man, it's just believe in him. And ever since, I just been believing. And now we at this pinnacle of our life is we're in his car now, you know. He's doing the driving now, so I'm just waiting to look at the sights.
You know, when you look at him right now, what is it about him that makes him so special at this moment in time when we see some of the great fighters out there? We were talking about Terrence Crawford. We've been talking about Canelo Alvarez. We've been talking a lot about David Benavidez, who was in the undercard leading into the main event this past Saturday night when Gervonta Davis fought and ultimately knocked out.
Ford also recalled a powerful message that resonated throughout Baltimore, a black background with the word believe written in white. That belief, instilled early on, has driven Tank to where he is today. Now, Ford sees himself as a passenger watching as Tank takes full control of his own destiny. We're in his car now. He's doing the driving.
Calvin Ford, what does he mean to you when you hear that name? What does he mean when you first hear that?
A father. Father. And then he's one of the guys that held a lot of this, like, this whole family together. Him with Kenny, but for sure, like, them two, they held the whole camp together, for sure.
Wouldn't be here without him? Would you say that? Without Calvin?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be here without him. Just off of the fact of when I was coming to the gym, I was getting that love that I ain't have at home type stuff. So it was always like, Calvin, saying I walked through the gym, Calvin, like, looking for him type stuff.
When asked about Calvin Ford, Tank Davis immediately described him as a father figure. He emphasized that Ford, along with Kenny Ellis, played a crucial role in keeping his team and camp together. Their leadership and guidance provided stability both inside and outside the gym. For Tank, Ford is more than just a trainer. He's a mentor who holds everything together. Without him, Tank believes his path might have been different. The gym gave him the love and discipline he needed.
But I don't never get nervous. I mean, like, too nervous, like, when I'm about to, like, the ring walk.
Right.
Like, as soon as the ring walk is, I switch to, like, if I'm nervous in the back of the room, like, as soon as the ring walk, switch,
all gone.
it's all gone.
Yeah.
Cause it's like I can't turn back, and then I get a thrill off of, like, the people. Like, as soon as I see it, like damn, it's mine, type stuff.
See, because I would guard Kobe, I would guard LeBron, and I'm thinking, like, I'm not nervous, I'm excited, I can't wait to get out there and guard these motherfuckers. Like, that was my mindset. I couldn't wait to get to it.
Yeah.
So it was I wouldn't think if my mind was nervous, it was just more excitement. But I get what you're saying, yeah.
I know when your team do get nervous, though. And there was one fight where you turned the back flip and you hit your leg on the microphone. I saw that. I'm like, okay now, bro.
Tank also spoke about his mindset before fights and how he handles nerves. He admitted that doubts sometimes cross his mind, but he never gets too nervous. Any anxious feelings disappear the moment he begins his ring walk. At that point, there's no turning back, and he thrives on the energy of the crowd. Rather than fear, he feels excitement and eagerness to perform. Even in high-pressure moments, he feeds off adrenaline. He even recalled a moment when he hit his leg on a microphone after a backflip celebration, showing how locked in and energized he is when competing. For Tank, the thrill of the fight.
He reminds me of the old-time janitors, the superintendents in the big buildings, those big buildings, and they had a big brass key ring about this big with 1,000 keys on it. But every key, they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying, he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
You're great with the analogies. I love it. I love the analogies.
And he finds the right key.
He does.
He doesn't walk into a room and, like, bang, oh my God, I shouldn't open that door. And a lot of guys do. Romero walked into that room. Garcia walked into that room, So he don't. And that's part of what separates him and makes him a guy that's one of the most complete fighters right now of our time.
Respected boxing trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas has long been one of the strongest advocates for Tank Davis's all-round skill set. While many fans and analysts focus on his devastating knockout power, Atlas believes it's Tank's intelligence, patience, and strategic mindset that make him truly special. Tank is the most complete fighter in boxing today, Atlas stated. People see the knockouts, but what they don't see is the setup. Tank isn't just throwing wild punches, he's looking for the right key, the right angle, and when he finds it, he finishes his opponent. This breakdown highlights a crucial part of Davis's fighting style, his ability to adjust in the ring. While many power punchers rely purely on strength, Tank takes a different approach. He studies his opponent, breaks down their habits, and gradually picks them apart. His style is calculated rather than reckless, making him one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport today.
My thing was, it wasn't that he's a big guy who could go to 140. It was that he's so talented and punch so hard that those skill sets can carry up with them in weight. That's what the great ones do. They have that ability. That's why I mentioned Floyd Mayweather wasn't 154. But his skill set was so good. The difference between Tank and Floyd is that Tank got the type of power. When you got power that carry up like Pacquiao, you can move up many weight divisions. Not just, the two that he primarily fought in. We saw him dribbling Mario Barrios off the canvas, so we saw him do it at 140.
Atlas also emphasized Tank's patience, a quality that separates him from other knockout artists. He doesn't waste punches. He makes you make mistakes, and then he makes you pay for them, Atlas explained. This discipline allows Tank to remain composed in the ring, waiting for the perfect moment to strike instead of rushing in for an early knockout. His ring IQ is evident in the way he sets traps, controls distance, and forces his opponents into uncomfortable positions. Whether it's through feints, footwork, or counterpunching, Tank always has a plan. Atlas's praise reinforces the idea that Davis is far more than just a knockout machine. He's a thinking fighter who dismantles opponents with precision and skill, making him one of the most complete boxers in the game today. Popular boxing analyst Showbiz also weighed in, highlighting that Tank's greatness isn't just about his power. At 140, Tank is not a big guy, but he fights with strategy and IQ. That's what makes him great, Showbiz said. He explained that while some focus on Tank's size, it's his intelligence and precision that truly set him apart. Unlike fighters who rely purely on brute strength, Tank systematically breaks down his opponents, setting traps and creating openings before landing devastating shots. His ability to read opponents in real time allows him to adapt mid-fight, making him a dangerous opponent against any style. Showbiz noted that Tank's combination of speed, power, and skill makes him one of the most complete fighters in his division. He's so talented and punches so hard. That's what the great ones do, he said. Tank's knockout power is undeniable, but his ability to think inside the ring is what truly makes him elite. His footwork, head movement, and ability to control distance ensure he's always in position to land the perfect shot. Whether counterpunching or leading the attack, every move he makes is calculated. Showbiz's analysis reinforces that Tank's success isn't just about raw power. It's about how he uses it. His IQ, timing, and strategic execution place him among the best fighters in boxing today. As he continues to dominate at 140, his ability to blend skill and strength proves why he's in a league of his own.
My thing was, it wasn't that he's a big guy who could go to 140. It was that he's so talented and punch so hard that those skill sets can carry up with them in weight. That's what the great ones do. They have that ability. That's why I mentioned Floyd Mayweather wasn't 154, but his skill set was so good. The difference between Tank and Floyd is that Tank got the type of power. When you got power that carry up like Pacquiao, you can move up many weight divisions. Not just, the two that he primarily fought in. We saw him dribbling Mario Barrios off the canvas, so we saw him do it at 140.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for more updates next time.